you're on. Kyle Jamieson, yeah, we're here at the Wankhede Stadium. I suppose firstly, let's cover off the first test, an incredible test. I suppose, what, from your perspective, your reflections on that first one down in Kampur?
Yeah, it was certainly an awesome test. Obviously, pretty nail-biting, going down to the last wicket and the last sort of dying minutes of daylight that we had. Yeah, it was pretty cool to to come away with a draw like that. I think Test cricket we see a lot of victories within 3, 4, or early on day 5. So to go down to the end and to see a draw and have like a thrilling draw like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and just first we also cover off you getting to 50 Test wickets. I know you guys don't play for the personal milestones, but have you had a chance to sort of reflect on that? And some of the people have also achieved that in 9 or less tests. It's quite an exclusive list.
Yeah, look, it's certainly I guess a proud moment for myself and for my family. It's certainly a little bit different to how I started my first class career. It took me, I think, 4 innings to get my first wicket, so to get 50 and I guess the amount of games I did was certainly a little bit contrasting. But I think for me, I look at the guys that I've been able to follow. Bondi, who I guess had that record, and being able to, I guess, follow his footsteps and idolise him, and then with Tim and Trent and Wags and stuff, I've certainly, I've said it a number of times that I've ridden the coattails of those guys, and been able to follow those guys, see how they operate, certainly, I guess, allowed me to get the fruits at times. So whilst I know it's not always going to be like that, it's certainly, I guess, a pretty proud moment.
That's a wonderful achievement. You're a wonderfully humble guy as well, the way you talk about it. I suppose there's a pleasing part of that, the fact that you have been, you played in New Zealand, but you also took your form over to England and then now in India as well. So you spoke about ahead of the series looking to try and implement your game in different conditions. Is, I suppose, that one of the satisfying things as well so far?
Yeah, I think for sure. It was certainly, I guess, an unknown for me. I hadn't really played in this part of the world, especially red ball cricket. So trying to learn and see how my game would go in these conditions. I think that's just the beauty of playing Test cricket and playing international cricket, is you get to challenge yourself all around the world. And whilst I've had limited experiences overseas and stuff, that certainly, hopefully, across my career, I'll have more challenges like that. And it's just, those are the things that sort of make you, get out of bed and sort of drive you to try and strive and get better, to try and take on these challenges and learn from them.
Another challenge here at the Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai. It's a great shot I've got here of the whole stadium. Can you give people back home an idea of what it's like to kind of be inside this big cathedral of cricket? Yeah,
it's a pretty cool stadium. Obviously, a pretty iconic venue in India. It's cool to have the second test here and to have, I guess, the series on the line. With all 3 results possible. So yeah, it's awesome to be here. We've seen a little bit of rain the last couple of days, which is, I think, the first time we've seen rain in about 3 months. So that's actually been quite a nice change. But hopefully the weather stays put for the next 5 days, and we can push hard for a test series win.
Yeah, just quickly on that weather, how and not being able to train, how does that sort of affect, I suppose, your preparation and the team's preparation?
Yeah, I guess it's certainly different, but not a huge amount. I mean, a lot of guys have been away from home for a fair chunk of time, so it's actually quite nice in a way, I guess, to have a couple of days just to refresh physically and mentally as well. So whilst it would have been nice to, I guess, just to have a little bit of a hit and to have a bowl and stuff, it's not too major having the volume of cricket that we've had.
And just quickly on you and Tim Southee, you struck up a great combination in that first test, 14 wickets between you in Indian conditions. You spoke, really well about him in the press conference after the stay, and the way you sort of admired how he went about his work. Can you just comment on the bowling with him and how you enjoyed that and do enjoy that?
Yeah, it's awesome. Look, I've certainly spoken about before with Trent and Wags too, but to have the chance to just bowl alongside Tim, and I guess a 2-prong attack was pretty special. Certainly in foreign conditions than what we used to back home, and just to watch him operate, look, he was pretty special, and certainly, I guess, with having the niggle that he had as well, to go about his business in the fashion he did and to get through the workload that he did was something that I just kind of sit back and admired. So anytime I get a chance to play alongside these guys is certainly a pinch yourself moment, and something I love to be a part of.
You were just telling me before a couple of memories of playing here in the IPL earlier this year. Can you tell us about them?
Yeah, we had 2 games here. I think 2 contrasting games. We had a night game where we won by 10 wickets, which was pretty cool to sit back and watch, and then we had a day game which we ended up bowling first, and it was so hot and humid that we ended up I think getting rolled by Chennai. So certainly two different situations to be a part of, but awesome stadium to be to play a game of cricket in, and hopefully have some more fond memories in a few days' time.
And just finally, you mentioned here with the series on the line, in New Zealand Test side's never won a series over here. I think they've only won two tests ever, and not one since 1989. Do you reflect on that history? Does that come into it as you guys prepare for that?
I mean, for some guys possibly, but I mean, very much in my mind, I was coming here to win the series. It's regardless of what's happened beforehand. We've got a different crop of players this time around, and you know, we got 2 tests here off the back of not having a lot of Test cricket, I suppose, since that final. So certainly in my mind, I was coming here to win the series, and that's on the line here. So that's that's certainly pretty exciting.
And I suppose if the team was able to do it, it'd be a pretty impressive feat as well, given the history.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's something. I mean, you know, we'll potentially reflect on if that does eventuate. We certainly know there's going to be a lot of tough days and tough sessions and tough moments to you know, to try and tackle over the next little while as this rain comes down as well. But yeah, look, I think to have the opportunity to win a Test series in India is certainly something that you know, that excites us, and something, you know, we'll be going hard to try and achieve over the next 3, 4, 5 days.
Awesome, and yeah, live rain, of course.
Yeah, lovely live rain again, first time in a while, so actually don't mind it.